Well, everybody's always asking me to do more videos, and unfortunately I don't always have that kind of time. I do have a day job. There's a lot of different things that I do during the day. By trade, I'm an IT guy. I work on computers, I work on POS systems, printers, network cabling, things of that like. I also build web pages and do networking, and I build web applications. I do open source software programming, and pretty much anything that has to do with a computer is something that I work on. Right now I've traveled. I'm about 3 hours from home. Sometimes I travel 4 hours or more from home. One-way trips just to go plug in a network cable. And true story, 4 hours to drive to Georgia to flip a printer switch on because somebody turned the printer off. You know, that's me. That's my clearance. I work on computers and technology. Pretty much anything that pertains to computers, I work on it. You know, there's hard drives in this car. This is a cash register. I do a lot of service for restaurants, a lot of large chain restaurants, burger joints, seafood, and a few other places. Steaks, you know, I mean, I don't want to list these brand names on my videos because that's what I don't do anymore. I don't talk about brands. But the reason why my videos are always so few and far between is because, well, if you knock 8 hours out of your day just driving to go flip a switch, and then only to get another service call to disappear again for another 4 or 5 hours, suddenly your day is shot. You don't have all that time. So I do the best that I can for videos, and I like to get up 2 a week on the average. I like to get up 1 on Wednesdays, roughly Wednesday, maybe Tuesday, maybe Thursday, but you know, Wednesday is my optimal goal, and the second one for the weekend. And usually the weekend is my bigger update, where I get a good project video in, or I get a video of a car show that I've been to. Of course, I have 3 channels, so that means 2 videos per week. For each channel is 6 videos, and that's really hard when you're doing a lot of traveling and you're all over the place. Now, there are some times where I find myself busy. You know, I'll work a 30-hour clip non-stop without any sleep, and then there's other times that I'll end up with 3 or 4 or 5, or I think I had almost a whole week off where nobody called me, and I was beginning to wonder if I still if I was still on the roster. You know, I mean, you guys still calling me for jobs? But when the retainer checks came, you know, you can't complain. You just got to be happy with it. So you take them and you smile and you laugh your way to the bank and you just wait for that next service call. But many times during my videos, you probably have seen, like when I did the floor pans or when I did my brake job on the Volkswagen, I got interrupted for a service call. And these things can come in, well, whenever, because one of my clients is an orange and white colored logo, and they're open 24 hours, and when their computers break, they need me, and they will call me, you know, on a whim, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They're just gonna call me, and I have to go fix their machines immediately with prompt service. They usually give me approximately an 8-hour window to get the job done, and that's nice. One of the seafood chains actually gives me more than 24 hours. They give me up until the morning, up until opening time of the next day to get their service done. So, you know, if they're local, it's great. If I can't do it that day, I can always report and take care of it first thing in the morning. But then, of course, my morning is shot, you know, and you don't get back sometimes until lunchtime. But if you're driving 3 hours for the job and you need to be on site before they open, and most restaurants typically open at about 10:30, 11 o'clock, and it's a 3-hour drive, and you're also losing an hour because you're crossing the time zone, then you have to really account for all of this. So if you're trying to get on site and you want to be there by 8 a.m., you got to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. And, well, actually, you know what? You got to be on the road by 4 o'clock in the morning. So you got to wake up at 3:30. And that sucks. That sucks. But they pay me for it. They pay me for it. Like I said, you get these long spells of off time, which is where I work on my other projects. I do a few other things for businesses. I do web hosting, as you know, handle many different websites for local businesses, as well as one for a utility company. So there's some pretty good money that comes in from that too. Service computers just for the local people. You know, I get a little old lady that her AOL won't dial up. Of course, nobody's using AOL dial-up anymore. In fact, I think AOL actually gave up on that a couple years ago, but that was just for an example. A little old lady brings in a computer where her modem doesn't work. My modem doesn't work. I can't get online to look at pictures of kitty cats. No problem. I'll fix it. You know, I don't get paid a whole lot for those, but it's one of those things that you take care of somebody and then the word spreads. The next thing you know, the little old lady that's down the street in her housing community calls me too, and there's another one, then I get another one, and you get another one. And sometimes they're a real pain in the ass. But when you get, you know, 6 or 10 or 20 little jobs that make little amounts of money, suddenly it adds up to something significant. And then the little old lady tells her son that this guy was good to me, and then the son goes in there and he buys a new computer. So things definitely have a way of spreading, you know, word of mouth. Small communities such as Pensacola, word of mouth spreads very quickly. So you can't be insulting too many of your customers. But this video was just to let people know that I am busy, and I'm sorry. I mean, I really want to get more videos up. And if you click like on my videos, that further motivates me because it makes my videos more popular. If they get viewed more, I get paid more. And it's a possibility that I could take everything that I do here and wrap it up into a career of YouTube instead. And I'd say it's almost there. It's almost there. If I could push my YouTube a little bit harder, I could actually just start working on Volkswagens, building motorcycles, finishing the CR500. If I could give up the day job, I'll have time for that. But, you know, I mean, that's a dream. I don't know if it'll ever be a reality, but that's a dream. But if you guys click like, those are the things that really make the difference. You got to watch my videos, click like, share them with your friends if you think that they're good. Subscribe, you know, hit that little ringer bell that's right over here. If you hit that little ringer bell, that makes a huge difference for me because you will see my videos as soon as they're uploaded. You'll get a notification. You have the ability to watch it right then and there. Always check out my website. As I like to tell people, duckshit.net. That's right, it's my hit. You know, my greatest hit. Or as some people just like to say, duck shit. And that works fine for me. So yeah, it's a whole lot of fun on that one. Check out the website. Currently it points to a Patreon account. I've got a couple supporters that are on there. I don't make a lot of money on that. That was never the goal. The Patreon is actually a discussion for another video. Why am I on Patreon? I'm not on Patreon to make money. I'm actually on Patreon to share all of my videos from all of my channels in one location. Essentially, it's a blog, you know, by any other name. It's a blog. It's a journal that allows me to tie everything together on all of my YouTube channels and put them all in one place so that it makes sense and makes everything easy to get to. But I discovered that their subscriber model requires everybody to pay. I can't have anybody that's a free subscriber. It doesn't work that way. So I may not be keeping my Patreon account for too much longer. I do thank the people that have supported me on there. There's only a couple of you, but I mean, that was huge to me, and it wasn't a lot of money. But I also discovered that's the other problem, is that for every dollar that I got from Patreon, I think approximately 40% of it was lost in fees. Just 40% of it was gone. Now Patreon says, well, we only take 5% of it. The rest of it goes to the banks. 40%, you know, and then I still have to do the transfer on top of that to transfer it from there to my bank account, to my PayPal account, or whatever else. So there's going to be more fees on it. That doesn't work for me. So duckshit.net will eventually go from being a Patreon page into its own individual blog with web programming created by me, which is going to keep everything lightweight, simple, and yes, there'll be a subscription feature, and yes, you're going to be able to buy t-shirts, you're going to be able to buy other merchandise and other things that I'm offering, things that are unique to me, as well as some of my little slogans, little sayings. I mean, everybody that's on YouTube that seems to be successful has little smart-ass things that they say. I've got my own share of those, so so I hope that you guys are supporting me. Once again, if you like my videos, you know, click thumbs up. I really appreciate that. Click subscribe, ring that bell, share them with your friends, watch my videos. I noticed that my channel has really exploded the last couple months, and what really made the difference was that I was uploading videos more regularly. That twice a week thing has really been working out for me, and there's been a few times that I got about 3 or 4 or 5 videos up on one channel in a week, and that helped dramatically. Because if you have more of a presence, you'll be viewed more. People will notice you. But of course, if you're not making that presence, you're not gonna get noticed. But that's another story. But yeah, I don't know if I'm keeping my Patreon. I probably won't be, not for much longer anyway, because I just don't like the model and I don't like the amount of money that's being taken from it. So I'll set up my own webpage, and I'll set up a subscription service via PayPal, because everybody's got a PayPal, and if you don't have a PayPal, guess what? You don't need one. It'll work with a regular credit card too. So with that said, thanks again for watching my videos. Thanks again for really supporting me in all the things that I do or that I've shown. You guys have been really, really awesome to me. My numbers are they're staggering. They're amazing. I have over 22,000 subscribers across all 3 of my channels. And the DuckmanCycles one, which was actually just supposed to be my little side channel for just my little projects that I work on, has actually become the channel that's bigger than the other ones. So it just goes to show what people like. Nobody wants to see what's going on in my life. Nobody wants to see Skeeter the Duck. Not true. Everybody loves Skeeter. But there's only so many videos that you could do of a duck swimming in a pool, if you know what I mean. But I still invite you to subscribe to VV the Duck VV. Invite you to subscribe to Skeeter the Duck. And as always, subscribe to DuckmanCycles, you know. Please check out my other channels. Sometimes one video will be tied to another video on another channel. For example, whatever projects I build on DuckmanCycles, I'll be playing with over on VV the Duck VV. And sometimes something that I'm building on DuckmanCycles would be for Skeeter the Duck. You know, for example, the bed that I built for her. That was something that I have a video of that I've never actually gotten to upload, but Skeeter the Duck sleeps in a bed. The bed is made from an old spice rack. It's pulled up alongside of my bed, and this is where she sleeps, and she can see me. She can poop in her own little place, and it doesn't have to get on me. It's great. She's got her own little space. So again, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it, everybody. And, you know, like I said, don't forget to share the videos, subscribe, and click the like button. That's really what counts for me. So thanks again. I mean, I just can't say thank you enough. I appreciate it. Till next time.